All right. Well, Wednesdays here on the program, we like to put the spotlight on the farm women's group, Common Ground.
Common Ground is a group of farm women who want to be a resource for consumers who want to know more about how their food is grown. Joining us today is Paula Peterson from Waverly, and thanks for being here today.
Well, thanks for having me, you guys.
Yeah, good morning.
Did you have a good morning here so far?
So far, yes.
That's right. So you're from the Waverly area,
yeah,
right?
got chores done. Everybody fed before I headed in, so we're all ready for the day.
Good. All right. So, food. We tend to, believe it or not, you were telling me during the break, $2,500 on average, what we throw away in food?
For a year. The average household, about $2,500 a year to throw away food. Almost 40% of the food that we bring home doesn't get used for being food. And there's some easy things we can do that we can lower that number. And the biggest thing I think is don't let your eyes get bigger than your stomach.
Yeah,
when you get to a farmer's market and you see all that fresh vegetables out there, and you always sort of bring one of everything home, but you have to remember it doesn't keep. That's one of the things, fresh fruits and vegetables, maybe that's something you buy more regularly in your store instead of trying to stock up. It doesn't have a lot of shelf life, and it's so good for you, so you don't want to eliminate that, but maybe buy smaller amounts. Or learn to freeze or go back to canning, and I do canned spaghetti sauce that my family seems to think works really well for good use of excess tomatoes. Another thing is get creative with your leftovers. I think my husband's a little tired of what I'm doing with dressing right now, but I'm just trying to adjust your mic there. Sorry. It's rubbing on something. That's okay. Continue. I didn't mean to distract
That's
okay. I learned how to make fried dressing patties, and with great tomato, use up gravy and dressing, but there's different things you can do like that. The other thing, and I'll be showing when I do my recipe this out here a little bit later, is instead of making the 9x13 pan, make 2 smaller pans, and you can either freeze one or find a neighbor that would be happy to take some of it off of your hands as well.
Very good. I know, Paula, you also brought along a photo that shows how farmers and ranchers are concerned about food waste and how they try to avoid it as well.
It is. We, when we're feeding cows, and like this weekend when we had the storm coming in, we made sure we had a feed wagon out there, and that's where we put the bales of hay. That way they don't step on it and they're getting the most use for it. Normally we grind hay too, so they're getting the maximum benefit without all the waste, because with $3 corn we've got to make everything stretch a little further.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. So again, we could save $2,500 a year potentially if we don't waste food.
That's right.
Okay, I like that idea.
Yeah, definitely.
You got kids, you can always find something else to do with your money.
That is true.
That's exactly true.
Thanks, Paula.